Welcome to Refugee Assistance Partners New Jersey, or RAP. This is the first in the series of 3 volunteer trainings covering fundamentals. We encourage you to complete the series to fully equip you to be a volunteer with RAP. This training includes materials from the Global Refugee Sponsorship Initiative and switchboard.org and is informed by the lived experience of RAP clients and volunteers. The training will cover the basics about RAP, our clients, and about ways to volunteer. We hope to develop a deeper understanding of refugee assistance, build attitudes about how we function as a group, and introduce roles and responsibilities as RAP volunteers. You don't need previous experience in refugee assistance to be a RAP volunteer. We encourage you to have ongoing communication with the volunteer coordinator and other RAP leaders to guide you every step of the way. First, the mission of RAP. RAP's mission is to welcome refugees, helping them on their path to self-sufficiency while respecting their dignity and uniqueness. Let's break this down. Our motto is "We choose welcome," and the first part of our mission is to welcome. In welcoming, we promote hospitality with social gatherings and shared meals. We also take newcomers out into their communities to learn about community resources in their neighborhood and points of interest such as the grocery store, laundromat, or their children's schools. We also encourage a welcoming mindset in the broader community through public events. The second part of our mission is to help build self-sufficiency. Self-sufficiency is much broader than economic self-sufficiency and can take different forms for different people. Our assistance is tailored to the needs of each family. It could be to limit reliance on public benefits, help retain jobs, access educational opportunities, improve English language proficiency, access quality medical care, or teach about U.S. culture and systems. Our goal is to help refugee newcomers navigate everyday American systems independently. The third aspect of our mission is built on mutual respect. We respect refugees' dignity regardless of their journey. We celebrate our cultural differences and encourage newcomers' autonomy in making choices and decisions, and we affirm newcomers' resilience and strength. So what is a refugee exactly? A refugee is someone who is outside of their country of nationality and is unable to return to their home country because of well-founded fears of being persecuted. That persecution might be due to their race, religion, nationality, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion, and is often related to war and violence. Each refugee story is different, and many must undergo dangerous journeys with uncertain outcomes to escape conflict and violence. When someone becomes a refugee, they often must flee suddenly and might have to leave most of their belongings or even close family members behind with the hopes of being reunited once they reach safety. The separation from loved ones can be traumatic and unbearably long. While many refugees live in cities after they flee, many others live in refugee camps. Refugee camps are intended to be temporary shelters, yet some people have no choice but to live in camps for years or even decades. Less than 1% of refugees around the world are selected for permanent resettlement in a new host country. Only a small percentage of that number are assigned to be resettled in the United States. Resettlement is intended to be a permanent solution and offers an opportunity to establish citizenship in the host country. They're finally safe in their new homeland. Refugees have tragic stories, but are not tragic figures. People are affected by past experiences, but are not defined by them. No one is a refugee by choice. Yet keep in the forefront of your mind that refugee newcomers are resilient and have the right to live with dignity. In the words of some of our previous clients, former refugees themselves,
My relationship with rap, it is just a friendship relationship. I found my family, my missing family home, I found in them through rap.
Rap is really like my bridge to my better future life.
Really, the presence of rap, it is so important because rap now, it is like the continuation of helping us until we become now independent. We can say that we can live alone here in the US. And when I meet refugees, when they come, before they reach their 6 months, I start already talking to them about rap because I know how hard it is. I wish really many people can really understand the value of rap so that they can be really supported. And because through rap is supporting us as refugees. So we wish that they can receive more help so that us also we can receive more help from them. So rap is so important for me, for my family, and for many refugees who will be coming.
What's it like to be a rap volunteer?
What we try to do is what we can. Whatever little things there are, cook a meal, bring something like that, help out on Sunday. Something that's happened with rap that Ann alluded to a few minutes ago. What happens is after a while, you get to fall in love with these families, and you know them, and you meet them, and you see they learn the language, and they're learning how to ride the bus and how to do all these, use the ATM and go to school. The kids are they're learning to drive, and it's wonderful. And then they move away. And it's like, oh boy, it's a little bit heartbreaking, and we assist them to move on to their new life. We suggest that they do things, and we give them what we can so that they can grow. Just the same way with our friends here. We do what we can, and that's what rap is about. Rap is about helping people on their way so that they can become Americans, that they can enjoy this wonderful country that we have.
I think that I've changed as a person because I've realized how much we all have in common, and I think it's something that you know intellectually, but when you're working with the families one-on-one, you start to feel it from the heart, and you start to really see that the things that they're worrying about and caring about are the exact same things that I'm worrying about and caring about. They want their kids to be happy and healthy. They want their kids to go to a good school. They want safety and security, and those are the things we all want for our families. So I think it's just brought me that realization a bit more that we're all much more alike than we are different.
Different things. I've hung curtains. What else? Just this past weekend, I took a tire off a car, brought it to have the flat repaired. We drive people around. We cook food. I teach driving. I've had, I think it's 5 students now. I help them once they get their permit. I help them with the practical behind the wheel driving. We've collected clothing, we've carried furniture. What else have we done?
We just kind of fill the gaps where needed. We got a call from Jill about someone in the hospital, so we ran over. We were able to stay with them in the hospital. We went and helped them get their prescriptions. Charlie even went back the next day to help with the nebulizer, which he had never used before.
I see refugee families when they leave, move on. People are sad that they're leaving, but it's really the highest criterion for success. They're independent. I'd say my favorite memory is memories seeing people succeed. Somebody who's talented or hardworking or ambitious when they're just given a little bit that they need that they didn't have before. And I've seen a number of our
Getting their driver's license.
getting their license or degrees, or just getting into college. Yeah, it's just watching their success.
As a nonprofit community helping organization, WRAP works alongside public and private agencies to provide targeted services. WRAP's assistance, guidance, and mentorship often lasts for 6 to 18 months based on each client's unique needs, resources, and strengths. There are many ways you could be involved. WRAP has several larger committees and smaller teams you could be involved in. For example, you can help with client assistance both directly and indirectly, or with programs like ESL and tutoring. Other committees help manage our item donations, do fundraising, maintain our technology like the website and database, build community partnerships, and help support our volunteers. WRAP's programming, services, and organization are reflective of our core values. So let's look at what our 5 core values are. We value welcome, collaboration, community, resilience, respect. Our defining value is welcome. We invite all into a space of love, safety, and belonging. We value collaboration in all directions. We work in partnership with each other, with refugee newcomers, with public and private agencies, and with other community helping groups to fulfill our mission. We value the strengths, talents, and resources of all and work to multiply and amplify them in mutual partnership, both individually and collectively, in order to build welcome among people and in the community. We value community. The essence of WRAP's work abides in relationships. You might notice as this training progresses that WRAP feels very much like a family to many people as we work to sustain belonging and community. We value resilience. Strength is built both in spite of hardship and loss and because of it. This holds true for people as well as groups. Yet people are not defined by their past hardships. We augment the strengths and resilience of the now to build a solid foundation for the future. We value respect. We hold these truths dear. All people are valued and have dignity. People know their own truth better than anyone else and must speak for themselves. Listening is an act of belonging and thus an act of healing. Informed by our values, WRAP's actions are guided by these 4 principles. In refugee assistance, WRAP considers the effects of culture, the effects of power dynamics. We respect privacy and confidentiality and acknowledge the importance of managing expectations. When considering culture, it's important to be aware of how our understanding of the world influences our thoughts and actions and interacts with the culture of others. We all have both commonalities and differences in our worldviews. Considering culture involves us growing and learning together about ourselves and about all those we interact with. Power dynamics influence refugee assistance at all stages and can have significant impact on both direction and outcomes. Our aim is to respect clients' ability to make their own decisions based on identified goals in working toward self-sufficiency. As a WRAP volunteer, you will do with rather than do for. It is also important to recognize that WRAP volunteers in ancillary roles also affect the power dynamics that influence the assistance trajectory. Respecting people's privacy and confidentiality is critical in maintaining wellness, autonomy, and trust. In some aspects of our work, WRAP volunteers might learn personal information about our clients. Think back to WRAP's core value of respect. People must speak for themselves, and we must respect those boundaries. Lastly, the principle of managing expectations is important on both the part of the volunteers and the clients. Going into any new experience or situation with specific expectations can lead to disappointment or confusion for those involved. This also applies to refugee assistance. Working with someone who is adjusting to a new environment can take time and rarely unfolds as expected. It's useful to consider a variety of possible outcomes, to identify assumptions, and keep an open mind throughout your volunteer experience. We encourage persistence, flexibility, and patience. In this training, we discussed RAP's mission, refugee newcomer basics, volunteer roles at RAP, our values, and our guiding principles.